Hey, what's up, traders? Taking three trades today. Could have been 3 for 3. Actually ended up 2 for 3, but the one loser was basically break even. Tried to get out break even, but got a little bit of slippage. And we're going to go ahead and start with that one, actually, which was NIO or NIO. So this one was pretty standard, pretty nice pop out of the gate, 1120 previous resistance. Had a nice move all the way up towards that 12 area, up through the $0.50. We ended up starting this. We ended up getting short at 11.90, close to that $12. It decided to go through, didn't get an ad. And unfortunately, when this came back down, we had an order out at 11.71. It went to 11.73, and the reason we didn't take it off while it was down there is because we were actually in the other trade, which was something that needed to be managed actively. And so I just kind of missed it. It actually went all the way back up to the highs, up through 12, all the way back down towards 11.77. And when I finally realized I had seen it do the 11.77, I was like, okay, well, I'll leave my order at 71, looking for this thing to break down towards 11.50. I actually even changed it to 75% of my shares to take it off there instead of the whole position, looking for that move a little bit lower. But it actually ended up making a higher low there and decided to creep on its way back up. And I tried to cut it at break even at 11.90, but we ended up getting filled at 11.91. So it took the 1 cent loss there. The trade that I was in during NIO was LI. We scroll out again, you can see pretty big move. Made a move from 20 all the way up here where we started it at 21.13. So through the whole dollar. I was a little ambitious on this one. It was a really nice move, pretty much a full dollar move, and it kind of hesitated as it went through 21. So right when it popped through 21, the first at the first spot that I thought it would possibly jiggle, I just jumped in with 100 shares. I probably should have been a little bit more hesitant as this thing actually ripped all the way up to 21.56. I actually ended up getting an ad on the way back down because I didn't want to miss the ad. I wanted to get my average up nicely up through 21. So for that 21 retest, we could actually get a decent amount of profit. However, it started to work its way up towards 21.50, and we actually ended adding at 21.51. I believe the high here was like 21.70 or so, and we actually hit this on the way back down. So 100, 100, 100, so 300 total shares here, and pretty much it did come back down through the $0.50 right after I hit this, but it only went like back into the 40s and then shot all the way back up towards 22. It did go through 22. I was looking for 22.20s to get my ad. However, it really started to struggle as it came back down through 22 after trying to go back up higher a couple times. I hit this for a full add on my position, just doubled the position. So had 300 shares, added 300 shares up here. This brought our average up to, I believe it was 64. I haven't went back and checked. So somewhere right around there. So the price actually dived down closer to like the 40s. And by the time I hit it, I got filled at 21.56 for half the position. It did go back up towards 21.75 and then started working its way back down. And I had some orders out. It wasn't really flushing how I liked. So I ended up kind of just manually piecing this out. And we actually ended up all the way down to, I believe it was 25 shares. Yeah, from 600 total. And ended up being a really nice trade, as you can see on the P&L there. So pretty happy with that one, how we traded it. Realized that it was a really nice setup. It started to push against us, but it was still a fast move with no real pullback yet. And we decided to add some size and take advantage of it. So pretty happy with how we played it. Just unfortunate that we didn't get the bigger unwind down towards 2050 with those remaining shares. Would have been an even better trade, obviously. Ended up taking these off basically break even. So last trade was on Baba. This one wasn't really that much fun. These big companies that tend to end up grinding are just never fun, but it did have a really nice fast move. You can see previous resistance here. We could even move it up to here. And then it made a really nice fast move up through 86 all the way up to 87. We started it here at 86.21 and it ended up going up towards 87, 86, 88. Once we hit this on the way back down, ended up taking half off on the way back down. And as you can see, that was pretty much the bottom of that move back down. And then it started to move up higher. We ended up adding those shares back that we took off. Then we actually ended up adding more. And then once we realized that was the top, we actually ended up adding more to get our average up above this area. Because I believe when we added these shares here, our average was still somewhere around like here. And I wanted to be above this little resistance area because a lot of times you see it bounce right off there, and look at what it did. We come down. I took off, I believe, 75% of whatever the position was. I hit the 75% button. And as you can see, it bounced all the way back up to the highs. So I was pretty happy that I did that just in case we had to add more shares if it went higher. And it started to unwind. So we unwound the position along with it. We actually put this last order out at 32 and it went to 31. So we were actually a penny on the right side. As you can see, this thing decided to go all the way back up to the highs and through. So, and I believe it's still pretty much up there. Yeah. So I ended up almost bottom ticking that last exit. Never really took too much size in this. Minus the reason I did this is because I was planning on cutting all of these shares if it went through the highs. The idea was it was really struggling here to get through 88. So if we add a bunch of size as close as possible to it, and then we cut those shares that we added at 88, it's really not going to be that big of a hurt. So that's the idea behind that. But if it does end up working out, now we got a bunch more shares with a higher average, and it ended up working out really well. So that was my three trades. Finally hit goal. It was pretty much right on the dot. I don't have my unrealized up while I'm trading, so just kind of worked out that way today. NIO would have put us around the 120 mark had we got that fill that we missed by 2 pennies there. And sometimes it happens, but hey, we still hit gold today, which is really nice, especially since we haven't traded since last Tuesday. Um, Hopefully you all enjoy the trades. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Always appreciate the support. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them down below, or you can find me on Discord, Twitter. Those links are in the description, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow if we trade. Peace.